Hello and welcome back to another video on Monster Haven TCG. Today I will be going over how I make cards and where cards all begin in the binder. Now, I've drawn certain cards and walked through the process, but today I kind of want to go over the origin of certain cards, maybe what they originally looked like, and you might even see some cards that never made the cut. So, the first card I ever drew in this binder might surprise you. Was actually Spython, who was in set 3. Now, at first I kind of wanted one that was like looking at you, maybe had a mic or something, but I eventually ended up with this python wrapped around with binoculars, and it ended up being that in the card. You will also notice I put the stats, star, any abilities and stuff just on this page whenever I write things down. And Spython was made way before set 3 came out, because the next page was... Oh, I kind of did this out of order, sorry. Some set 3 cards. Here we have Cheddar Bars, action cards. This was kind of all of the cheese archetype. We had stuff like Goat Milk Industries. I originally made a Renewal Cheesy, like a cheese moon, that was supposed to kind of bridge set 2 and 3, but it never came into the game. Then we have Cottage Cheese, which was originally called, it originally had the ability Shelter, which I think was fun. Here we have Brie, Blue Cheese, and its stupid game-breaking ability. And then we got American down here in the bottom left. Moving on, now we get into some set 2 stuff. I kind of drew lots of different ones and then organized them into set 2 and 3, so some set 3 cards were made before some set 2. We have Sless here, so the graham cracker, the marshmallow, and then the chocolate bar down here. And then Flame, which became the first ever resource. Then we have Jack here. I had like the eyes were supposed to be the kind of ring of the pepper, and he had a nose and a mouth. And let me get it here. I remember when I actually drew it on the card, I was a little disappointed in how it ended up. It still looks okay, but compared to the original, I don't know. It seems shorter and more cramped. Like, I wasn't able to put as much detail on there, but that's okay. Next up, we have some dojo cards. If you do see anything that's blurred out, I make my game very personal, and so I have these things called Masters cards. Master cards are, like I said, personalized cards that are very specific to one of my players. Each player that really plays a lot has one, and so I didn't want to reveal their name or anything on here. But we have Kai, which was actually in set 1. A lot of people don't know that. Paralyzing Kick with the Good Night on the foot. Fished, which I really like, just the idea of him. And then down here we had what was going to be Coach. And this card never came out to the game. If you look close enough, the artwork actually turned into the artwork for Training. If you go back to set 3, or I'll just show it here now. This was the artwork for Training. You can kind of see the resemblance. And I don't know, Coach may come out in the future, it may not. Yeah. Next up, we've got a common favorite, Ooga Beluga. I remember when I was drawing this, I kind of wanted it to be good, and I really like how it came out. The way the underside melds into the top, and how smooth it is. I really like the view, or the angle, if you will. And then here we have the abilities and stuff. Next up, we have more set 2 stuff. Let's see. We got Billy Bong Spooky. We start seeing a lot of renewal cards. Full Moon, Red Moon, Blue Moon, and then Crescent, obviously. Down here we have the candies. So in the original game, there was gonna be candy corn, hot candy, which became spicy candy, frozen candy, which I think that would have been fun, gummy candy, which these that never came to the game could come out later. Halloween did just happen, but you never know. Then sour, salty, and sweet, or not sweet. We don't have a sweet. And then fruity was going to be another one. And you can kind of start seeing where the abilities come from. And then at the very bottom, if you look closely, you can kind of see right here, these are actually the edges of renewal cards. So I believe this is the edge of, I know this one's the edge of renewal red. I want to say this is the edge of renewal blue, maybe, and then this is full. But this was the first time I kind of experimented with artwork on more than just the square or the monster. I started working on like borders and things like that. Next up, going into set 3, we have Handon. I just love how many cards can be related to hands. I mean, you got hands on a clock, hands in a card game, an actual hand, and then Handon Quartet down here. He's just kind of there, I guess. And then there was actually going to be an action card called Let Me Give You a Hand. And this does not work well. But there was going to be this one card called, I think it was called 9 Tickles. Kind of like 10 Tickles, but 9. And so if you had 9 hands in play, you could put 9 damage anywhere you wanted on the board. Super good. I don't know how I even thought of that card, because that's crazy. And it just never happened. And then Let Me Take Your Hand was going to be steal a Handon card, but then I realized that Handon cards aren't good enough to have like an anti-meta. And then we have another original one, Fluffant. I actually drew this in lunch at my school, just because I was bored, and one of my friends was like, hey, if I give you 2 animals, will you put them together and draw them? And I was like, sure. And he said, elephant and fly. And I was like, okay, I can either do a flying elephant or this. And I really like how this came out. Yeah. One of the best abilities, if not the best ability in the game, whenever your opponent tries to attack, flip a coin. It's super mean, but it's so funny. Next up, we have Dither. I just like the question mark character. I don't know. And then pretty good ability. His stats were originally 4-1, but I bumped him down to a 3-1 just because I realized you can attack with him and then use the ability to insta-kill a monster, and that was a little too good. And then the last one for the episode will be Ed. And I remember, again, I was in lunch with one of my friends, and he was kind of being annoying, so he took my pen and just scribbled a bunch on here, and I was like, dude, you just ruined my page, now I have to rip it out. But then I looked at it, and I was like, that's kind of cool. And then I named him Ed. It gave him a game-breaking ability. Sadly, no one's used it yet, because it, I don't know, it doesn't have enough teamwork with any other cards yet, but, I don't know, that's how Ed came to be. Thank you for watching this video. I know it's a bit on the longer side. This was the first episode in a series that will be continuing. If you want to see more like this, please tell me, and I'll see you in the next one.